NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan. Tonight, the New York Knicks taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Knicks able to win the opening tip, and we're underway here at Madison Square Garden. Kevin Knox. Nothing going here on that drive. And he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does two things. Number one, it creates distance in a hurry. Number two, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is a difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move, or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of the shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. Giannis with it up top, trailing by 4. Giannis Antetokounmpo missed his first. That one goes.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Scores from the post.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Bucks basketball. Hill to Antetokounmpo. Probing the defense. Mitchell Robinson sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Here comes the screen. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Lets it fly from long range. Kevin Knox forced that one. Well defended. Giannis in control of the basketball. Down 4. On a pass stolen by the Knicks. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref.
NBA Season 8 2021 games and highlights will be coming up next on Devin Smith Showtime Sports in America.
To Kevin Knox. Curling inside. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field. Possession lies with New York. To Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox powers it through.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Hill across the timeline. 10-6 our score. Antetokounmpo to Hill. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Finish that.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
George Hill to Antetokounmpo. The drive, right to the basket. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Giannis Antetokounmpo trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. New York Knicks basketball. Rose to Kevin Knox. It's a big finish.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Giannis with it up top. Down a point. To Holiday. Middleton. Shot from the lane won't go. Kevin Knox to Rose. Giannis Antetokounmpo with a piece.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Here comes the screen. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go. Holiday controls the basketball. Down by one. And scores on the step back.
Did you see the distance between him and the defender? You could pretty much put a department store between the two.
Prices coming down to Rose. Here comes the screen. Rose. Brook Lopez with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Giannis in control of the basketball. It's a one-point game, 13-12. Nothing going here on that drive. Five on the shot clock for Milwaukee. Giannis for two. Knocks it down on the step back. That was not easy.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Rosie's shot no good. To George Hill. Slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Kevin Knox. Has a look. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Offensive board. Brook Lopez. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Rose. Going to launch beyond the arc. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Coach of the Knicks signals for a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Hayden. Sends it away. Holiday in possession. It's a 9-point lead. Drew Holiday, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Giannis Antetokounmpo snatching it out of the air.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Here's a chance from long range. Jay, they've been waiting for that to go down, but here they are trying to chip away and cut into this margin.
And there's nothing more frustrating as a shooter to get open looks and not see the ball go in. But if they do, that could be the start of a problem.
Antetokounmpo over to the right side. To Antetokounmpo. For 3. Cleans it up. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Has a chance. The jumper's off the mark. Payton with the basketball. Trailing by 10. In a flash. Scores at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Giannis with it up top. Looking to make something happen. To DiVincenzo. Nerlens Noel. Tips it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Rose. Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it. Korver to Antetokounmpo. Nothing going here on that drive. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. A couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. First one, counted.
Stepping in for New York, number 25.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Payton into the front court. His team down 9. Wide open look, won't go.
And as a shooter, this is when you start to second-guess your shot. You've had 3 wide-open shots that you just can't put through the net, but still, keep hunting your shot.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize it. Whoa! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay. Payton to Rivers. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. The shot by Payton won't fall. Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Holiday. Shot clock winding down. Beyond the arc for 3. His first effort off the mark. Rivers into the front court. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Kid Gilchrist against Connaughton. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Antetokounmpo. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Hayden. Now a steal by Milwaukee. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Fires the three. Much needed bucket right there with the three. This game, long way to go. They're back within 10.
This isn't going to be a rollover game. That's the kind of facial expressions you need from somebody who's ready to fight.
First quarter's complete. The Bucks in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Giannis in control of the basketball. Lead stands at 10. Korver to Adetokunbo. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Knicks with the basketball. To Rose. Nothing going here on that drive. Bucks have the rebound. To Adetokunbo. Rebounds pulled down by New York. To Rose. Curling inside. Short jumper off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go. Let's see what the Knicks can do here. Off the assist.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Giannis with it up top. His team on top by 8. To Korver. Greek Freak for 2. Knocks it down off the step back.
And while the ball was still in his hands, a sidestep throws the defender off. People aren't used to seeing that type of footwork.
To Rose. Can't connect from inside. Oh, he had it.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Won't go down. Holiday controls the basketball. His team leads it by 10. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Rose. From the painted area, won't go down. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Austin Rivers. Not that time. Giannis in control of the basketball. The advantage is 13 points to Holiday. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
That's me. I got ball.
To Rivers. Here comes the screen. Austin Rivers. New York with 4 to shoot. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Hill to Adetokunbo.
Shoot that, boy.
From the outside, no good. Rivers with the basketball. His guys currently down by 13. Rises for the slam.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
The Bucks at the controls. Screen coming. Adetokunbo. And the finish. Slam dunk. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
To Rivers. Five seconds to shoot. To Rivers. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Off the mark. No good. The follow won't go either. Korver to Adetokunbo. Hill. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs them the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Austin Rivers. And count the basket. Now a whistle. And we'll get a timeout called by Milwaukee as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Entering the game for the Bucks, number 22, Chris Middleton.
Adetokunbo to Lopez. Mitchell Robinson swats it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Adetokunbo. Trying to cash in. Giannis off the mark.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
The assist from number 12.
Bucks at the controls. Holiday. To Adetokunbo. Goes to the right side. Adetokunbo. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. Holiday in possession. The lead is 12.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
To Hill. Here comes the screen. George Hill. They'll get it down low to Lopez. Shot from the lane won't go.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket. You're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Short jumper won't fall.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Middleton. The Bucks with 4 to shoot. Not that time.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Bucks at the controls. Hill to Lopez. Middleton. The shot by Mirotic, no good. Middleton to Holiday. Slams it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
To Kevin Knox. Had a chance, but it's no good. To George Hill. George Hill. He's 2 for 2 now.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. George Hill. To Holiday. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down?
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Hill to Lopez. To Holiday. George Hill to Holiday. he'll go to the foul line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. To Payton. And a chance coming up at the line.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximum effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2. Holiday controls the basketball. His guys can hold for the final shot. Has a look. Time expires to end the first half. The Bucks in command of this one.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Bucks have the advantage on the scoreboard at halftime. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Knicks would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. These are the guys getting buckets for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Assists.
The New York Knicks struggle to play the angles and allow too many passing lanes to exist. However, some credit has to go to their opponents for the way they move the ball. They've been taking advantage of this situation.
Player of the half.
Antetokounmpo showed off his timing and athleticism with a lot of blocks. The defense he put on display requires the kind of effort that fans love to see from their team.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Hill into the front court. Up a dozen to Adetokunbo. And throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Holiday. Here's Lopez, down low. Brook Lopez. He's now 4 for 6.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
It's claimed by Milwaukee. Nothing going here on that drive. To Lopez. And the nice finish at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Brook Lopez pins it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Drew Holiday. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
New York in control of the basketball. To Kevin Knox. Rebound taken down by the Bucks. Giannis with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Here comes the screen. Adetokunbo. Short jumper won't go down. Bucks have it. Good touch from George Hill.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Timeout here for the Knicks, as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. To Kevin Knox. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself. Defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Baseline drive. Oh, he got a piece of it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Shot clock winding down. Shot clock violation. Adetokunbo to Middleton.
Oh, yeah, let's double
Whoa, Chris Middleton. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Runner's good there.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Has a chance and scores on the step back. Unguardable, Jay.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
No good. No daylight. Great defense. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Deep left corner. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
For 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
I got ball.
Knicks with 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Screen coming. Middleton to Antetokounmpo. Whoa, Chris Middleton. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on the swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
Kevin Knox. Lets it fly from long range. No good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Kevin Knox. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Holiday to Antetokounmpo. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Lopez doesn't have the touch. No good.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Here comes the screen.
Screen right.
Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Trying to cash in. The shot almost.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
To Adetokunbo. Oh, not a good pass there. That's a turnover. Brook Lopez. Huge block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Now the coach of the Knicks going to signal for a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Into the game for the Milwaukee Bucks, number 15.
Textbook body control on the Euro step.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Middleton to Adetokunbo. Driving right to the basket. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist sends it away. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. To Rose. Here comes the screen. Kidd-Gilchrist matched up with Connaughton. Has a look. Not going down for him this time.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Nothing going here on that drive. And they called a foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has got 2 shots coming, shooting 66% in this contest. First free throw is good.
For the Milwaukee Bucks, number 41.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Payton with the basketball. Down a bundle. Has a chance. The shot by Payton won't fall. Trying to cash in. Rebound hauled in by New York. The possession lies with New York. Defense making the ball carrier work. Tough make through traffic.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Giannis in control of the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. Nerlens Noel with a piece.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Taken down by Giannis.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
Giannis Antetokounmpo at the line for 2 shots, shooting 80% in this contest. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Payton into the front court. His guys down big. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down.
Defense. Defense, let's go.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. Time expires. The Bucks in control so far. The Knicks to inbound here to start the fourth quarter. And this has not been one of their better performances to this point. They've been out of sorts all afternoon.
And one of the most difficult challenges we have in this life is when we bring our personal life into our workspace. It looks like they were never in the game to begin with.
To Rose. Down to 5 on the 24. Has a look. God, tough shot. Hand in his face, he makes them pay.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Ah, no good. Payton with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Goes reverse to lay it in.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Milwaukee with the basketball. Adetokunbo to Hill. And look out.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Payton to Rose. Dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Knicks. Time for some new personnel into the game. Just off the mark. Possession lies with New York. Payton. Oh, emphatic slam. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Substitution being made in this one. Rose. Knocked loose. Payton. Rebounds pulled in by the Bucks. Hill across the timeline. His guys hold a commanding lead. Adetokunbo to George Hill. Short jumper off the mark.
NBA Season 8 2021 games and highlights coming up next. Los Angeles Clippers 2-4-1-2, Boston Celtics 1-7-1-7.
Knocked loose. And that one out of bounds off a buck. So the Knicks keep possession. New blood coming in for both sides.
Entering the game for the New York Knicks, number 20 and number 25.
Austin Rivers to Rose. Going to launch.
NBA Season 8 2021 matchup coming up next.
There you
Phoenix
go, big
Suns
fella.
2211 Los Angeles Lakers 2411.
Giannis with it up top. His guys holding the big lead. To Lopez. Nice pass to get things going.
And Ed, not every pass needs to be a home run pass or thread the needle. Sometimes an easy kick ahead or an easy shuffle pass can make the game simple. The more simplistic the game is, the more efficient you'll be as a unit.
Has a chance. He scores on the step back. Jay, how did he get free?
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
Spins and scores.
I totally thought he was going the other way. That was a tough shot. But then again, this one makes tough shots look easy.
Rose. Whoa, what a finish.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Giannis in control of the basketball. Looking to make something happen. To Holiday. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. New York Knicks basketball. Austin Rivers to Rose. Takes stock of the floor. Sizing up the defense. Rose. Here's a chance from long range, and the rebound comes down to
NBA
Holiday.
Season 8 2021 matchup coming up next.
Holiday
Atlanta
to
Hawks
Antetokounmpo.
1420 Miami Heat 1717.
To Lopez. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Rose to Rivers. Here comes the screen. Austin Rivers to Rose. Austin Rivers to Rose. For three. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Middleton to Antetokounmpo. Here comes the screen. Beyond the arc for three. Not that time. He misses. Rose. Here comes the screen. To Rivers. 5 on the shot clock from long range. Defense was ready. Tough shot for Austin Rivers. Holiday with a shot that won't fall. To Rivers.
That's me. I got ball.
Here comes the screen. New York with 4 to shoot to Kevin Knox. Add 2 points to the board.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognize how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
NBA Season 8 2021 matchup coming up next. Indiana Pacers 1518 Cleveland Cavaliers
What
1421.
else there is to even say? I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. To Kevin Knox. Rose. Don't dare this guy. Derrick Rose, wide open, knocks it down.
There is no doubt about it, Ed. This is the best isolation weapon versus lockdown defenders ever made.
So tough to guard on that trip. And scores.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Knicks with 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Knocks it down.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Adetokunbo to Holiday. Mitchell Robinson with the block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Adetokunbo. Ah, the monster stuff.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Bucks basketball to Holiday. Working the outside. Straight on look. To Holiday. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
2 points. The assist from number 41, Nikola Mirotic.
Rose. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
These breakdowns happen because the team lacks communication. You have to point towards your man, keep that butt towards the baseline, and make sure you communicate through every screen.
Here comes the screen. Short jumper won't go down. To Kevin Knox. To Rose. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Rare 3 for Rose. Defense was ready. The Bucks at the controls. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now a whistle, and we'll get a timeout for the Knicks. They're down big in this 4th quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. To Kevin Knox. Gets it in the left corner.
Okay, you got a big screen.
Gets a look. Can't hit. Bucks at the controls. Surveys the floor. Giannis for two. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Second one's good. Splits the pair. The Bucks claim victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bucks added a win with today's solid victory. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Knicks couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Assists.
The New York Knicks had a lot of trouble working as a team defensively, giving up the kind of assists that happen from poor communication. Antetokounmpo was behind the majority of those dimes and deserves a lot of credit for having his passes on target and on time.
Player of the game. Who was gold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming matchups for the New York Knicks. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Dana Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.